The name of the story is Monkey Medicine Story. Monkey Medicine. The name of the story is Monkey Medicine. Monkey Medicine. And there was a king in a country. He is a good king. And he is getting old. He wants to become young once again. So he wants to get some medicine to make him young once again. And he is in search of many doctors like this to prepare some special medicine for that. And one special, but nobody is not ready to give such kind of medicine. So if anybody gives some medicine and the medicine does not work, the king will easily kill him. So nobody is dare to give him medicine. So at last, one enlightened person, one enlightened master came there and he gave the medicine. And he told him, this is the monkey medicine. And this medicine is prepared from the hairs of the monkey. And if you take the medicine for 40 days continuously, you will become once again as a young person, as a young boy. You can return back to your youth. You once again you become youth. So the king was very happy to receive the medicine. And you have to take daily twice, once in the morning and once in the evening. And if you take the medicine in the morning and take the medicine in the evening for 40 days, then you will become young and you will not getting older. But when he gave the medicine to the king, he was giving only one condition, with a condition. That whenever you take the medicine, you should not think about monkey. Because the medicine has been prepared by the hairs of the monkey. So you should not think about monkey. So that is the condition. So if you consume the medicine, if you take the medicine for 40 days, morning and the evening for 40 days, you will become younger again. But only one condition, that whenever you take the medicine, you should not think about medicine, think about monkey. That's the only condition. But the king is not agitated. He is, okay, it is okay, I will follow. But I have so many business, I have no time to think about anything. I am very sure that I will not think about monkey, and I am ready to take the medicine. And the enlightenment enlightened master also gone away after giving the medicine. And the next day, the king come to take the medicine. But till he take the medicine, he did not think the thought about any monkey. But whenever he took the medicine for his consumption, the very next moment he has the thought of monkey. So okay, but why it happened like this? So but he cannot take the medicine. So he withdrew from taking the medicine, and in the evening once again he tried. So whenever he took the medicine, the thought of monkey came to him. So he is unable to take the medicine. So next day also he tried. And that day also he unable to take. So whenever he took the medicine, he got the thought of monkey. So he has find no other way, and he consulted the ministers of their court, and the ministers come to the help, and they said, so we can have some thought of anything at one time. We may have one thought. We cannot have several thoughts. So whenever you take the monkey, instead of thinking monkey, you have to think elephant. If you think elephant, and you will not think about monkey. They suggest like this. And he also tried in this way. Or he taking the medicine, thinking about the elephant. But whenever he touched the medicine, the elephant, he has the image of the monkey in an elephant size. So it becomes a bigger monkey, just like an elephant size monkey. So he has the thought like that. So whatever manner he tried, he cannot succeed. So, but he searched for the enlightened master. How can I take the medicine without thinking the monkey? He caused the search office of the master who gave the medicine. But at last, after very long effort, he once again got back the master, and he inquired, why you have suggested like this? If you have not suggested not to think about monkey, you will not think about monkey. But whenever you suggested that you should not think about monkey, the thought of monkey alone came to me whenever I touch the medicine. But you might have told me, you simply take the medicine. When I say in this way, I will also simply take the medicine without thinking anything about the monkey. But whenever you impose some condition, and whenever I take the medicine, I remain with the condition. So because of the conditioning alone, I am in trouble. So why you impose such condition like this? You might have simply given the medicine alone. But the master said that alone is the condition. So I have to give that condition. If I should not give the condition, the medicine will not work. So I have to impose the condition. But then what is the remedy for that? So how can I take without thinking the monkey? So what is my course? What is my remedy for myself? So the king answered, king question. And thereafter the master explained, how can we take the medicine without thinking the monkey? So this is the story. But what may be the answer given by the master? So that you have to think for a while. What may be the answer? And he followed the answer, and he successfully take the medicine. And he got the answer from the master, and afterwards he successfully take the medicine without thinking the monkey. So what could be the answer given by the master? So you have to think for a while. And before that, we go to the next subject. And ending the subject, and we'll take the subject later after the next better. And before that, you can, for yourself, you can have some kind
And
of.
if we allowed to think about monkeys, probably.
Either you may think about monkey or elephant. You may also think about elephant or monkey, according to your choice.
Yeah, listening to the class is important. At the same time, you have to think about monkey, how to solve this and how to attend the Ayya class.
That is their technique. So here, the first in this session, we are going to discuss about what is meditation. So the meditation is very important in the spiritual field. So everybody is doing meditation. So what is the role of meditation? Is it essential for enlightenment and liberation? Is meditation is necessary? So meditation means it is connected with yoga. So all meditation means a practice. When we do some practice, all practices have some connection with the yoga. Yoga means joining together. So when we join together, some work is needed. So because we contain something, we join something, we put into some structure. For that, to get a shape, so you have to some work. So the joining is known as, the yoga means joining, put together. So in this way, the meditation is part of the yoga. So there are many kind of meditations, but all meditation, we can simply say it is the practice of yoga. And actually, what is the basic structure of yoga? What is the necessity of yoga? What is the necessity of meditation? Here we have already seen our conscious, the expression of our consciousness, the expression of ourself in the consciousness has been divided into 3 stages. The first stage is the waking state. In the waking state, for example, I look some object and I understand I am looking the object and I know and we recognize the object. So everything is happening. Some sensation through our senses, I looking, hearing, everything is happening like through my senses. So all these senses are functioning. And with the functioning of our senses, I find a tree, I look at a man, I look at a flower, and I recognize this is flower, this is tree, this is man, this is animal. I can differentiate, I can recognize something. So this is happening in the waking hours, in the waking state. That is the waking state of our consciousness. And the another state is, that is sleep. In the sleep, we are unaware of anything. We do not know anything. Because we are become unconscious, totally unconsciousness. Because we are not conscious of anything. For example, we may sleep safely in the bed. For if you are in the waking state, some scorpion or snake comes near the bed, will run away from the bed or run away from the scene. But whenever in our deep sleep, either some snake may enter into your bed, or some scorpion may scroll upon your body, you will not aware of that. You are not afraid of that because you do not conscious. You are not unconscious of that. So here we are unconscious when we are in sleep. So that is the sleeping state of our, that is another state of our consciousness. So it is also a state of our consciousness, but we are not aware of anything. We are not in a position to recognize anything. So that is a sleep. So the another state is the dreaming state. while you are even though you are in the sleeping, the state of sleep, we have some thought, some activation in our thought process, and the thought process coming during sleep is known as the dreaming state. And the dreaming state, we know something, but for example, we are sleeping in this house, but we may think in our dream state that we are in some other country and some other situation, but it is not real. But whenever we are in dream, the experience in the dream may be locally real, but it is not real. But it is temporarily like this. These are the three states of consciousness. The one state is the waking state, where we are consciously operate our thought, we are consciously operate our consciousness, we are consciously doing something. If we can select our consciousness, we can divert our consciousness, we can focus our consciousness. For example, if you see some ugly things, when on the way we see some ugly things, we can divert our vision to some other place. So we can divert our consciousness to some other place. So we can have the choice to divert anything. But in the dream state, we have no choice. So some experience is going on, something is going on, we have no conscious choice in the dream. But here, in the sleep state, nothing is there. So some vacuum, some emptiness alone is there. There is no place of experience, there is no place for recognition, nothing is there. So these are the three states. And here, in our scriptures and many masters say many things about the sleep. For example, we are here for the spiritual world, or any serious thinking that what we have to do in the life or anything, what is the purpose of life. We are asking many questions with related to our experience, related to our life. So all this happening only because of our struggle in our mind. If you are happy, you will not question anything. For example, if you ask a child, some innocent child, why you have born? If you ask a child, the child will not answer you. He will go on enjoying. It is a waste question, it is a useless question, and they feel it is a useless question, meaningless question. He will go on with their playing, go on with their enjoying the life. So he is happy, he is innocent. But whenever we become old, when you are getting old and matured enough to think this and that, then only we have many problems. Only because of our intellect, the functioning of our intellect creates many problems in our life. We suffer in many ways, and we all have we are interested upon some relief from the problem. So here, if there is no place for the spiritual world, so we have to solve everything in the material thing. What we will do, we will have some settlement in the external world. For example, if somebody got ill, got some disease, and naturally he will feel some sadness, some sorrow within his mind. So if he once again regain his health, then he will be happy. So in this way, for example, I had some business and I lost my property in the business. I will be very unhappy. I will feel sorrow for the happening. So if I once again regain my property and we again become wealthy as I early, then we will be again happy. So here, the change of circumstances is the cause for sorrow, and the change of circumstances alone set right ourselves and get the freedom or secured ourselves to the original state where we are not in sorrow. So, the setting right the external thing is the taking the role to make us happy. But can we say that we can always settle the external thing in a proper way? But the external thing is not, it is not in our hand. For example, our close relative died. And out of the death of the close relative, we got some sorrow within our mind. Can we give life to the dead person? It is not possible. So in this way, many things in the world cannot be made once again. So we cannot get back our tranquility, we cannot get back our happiness by separate everything in the external world. So some different kind of approach has to be find out to solve the problem. So if we do not have any different kind of approach, the natural course is to seek the remedy through some drugs, alcoholic matters and drugs that may be giving you some temporary relaxation. But whenever you take some drugs and alcohol, for the time being you will be all right from the pressure of your pain, pressure of your agony. But whenever you are free from the influence of the drugs, you will be once again in the struggle. You will again take more and more. Then it will affect the health of your body itself. Then it will create more problem. So here, the spiritual world comes to save you from all your problem of the life in a different way. So that is why all kind of meditations are given, all kind of yoga are given. So only to safeguard yourself from your sorrow and suffering in a different way. But whenever we are doing some meditation or anything, you can have some, thereby we can create some energy field around you. For example, you may be a short-tempered person. Very easily you can get angry. Very easily you will be affected by the circumstances. But whenever you are in the meditative feeling, whenever you have created some energy field around you through some meditation, you will be protected by the energy field. So whenever you are in the energy field, nothing will affect you very easily. If somebody scold you or somebody misbehaved you will not be irritated very easily. You will be adjusted. You can smile upon the person who is giving you trouble. You can easily manage the situation. But at the same time, whenever you are free from the energy field, you will be back in your original position. So, for example, if there are certain toys, you can operate them by giving some key to that. If you put some key to the toy, the toy will dance and jump and run in this way. If the key is over, it will fall down. So in this way, our yogic process and meditations will give us some temporary amusement or temporary shelter for yourself, temporary protection from the agony of our life. But afterwards, it will lose its power. So if somebody may try to be permanently in the energy field. For example, if I am able to, for the time being, for the time being I am okay, and the next moment I once again in the old problem. But if I am able to maintain the energy field forever, we may think it is good. But whenever you are able to create the energy field forever, then only you will understand what is the problem of having the energy field forever. Because if you have the energy field forever, the energy field itself will destroy the health of your body. So that is a natural further. Just like the alcohol and drugs, the meditative influence, the energy field also creates some problem in the nervous system of our body. So for the time being, it can be taken as an alternative to the alcohol and drugs, but at the same time, we cannot seek the remedy through the meditation and yoga as a permanent one. So here, what is the real state in meditation? Actually, the meditation is related to our sleep. In our scriptures, the sleep is described as the Anandamaya Kosa. They divided into many, as just like waking state and dreaming state and sleep state, as they classified in the three ways. They describe the things in 5 ways. In 5 ways, the sleep state is defined as the Anandamaya Kosa. The Anandamaya Kosa means that is purely our consciousness alone is there. In our sleep, we are full of consciousness. But the consciousness does not have any expression. Without consciousness, without any expression, we have the totality of the consciousness. The totality of the consciousness is the sleeping state. That is the state of the Anandamaya Kosa. So, why they name it as Anandamaya Kosa? Anandamaya Kosa is bliss. But whenever we are in sleep, we are another of the bliss consciousness. But can we feel the bliss consciousness when we are in sleep? Is it possible? But it is because another, that whenever we are in sleep, we do not know what is happening in our sleep. We forget ourselves. But whenever we return from the sleep, we may think that I have peacefully slept. That alone we can know. But we cannot feel the sensation, we can feel the sensation of bliss consciousness during the sleep. But is it possible to feel the bliss consciousness in the waking state itself? So that is the meditation process. So if you are able to feel the sensation, feel the bliss consciousness, feel the Anandamaya Kosa in the waking state, that is the role of the meditation, that is the role of the yoga. And all yoga, all meditation gives you some understanding, gives you some experience in the waking state of the sleeping condition, the bliss consciousness. And for example, you have some work, some personal work in your family, and you attending the work day and night, and for that you have no sleep in the night for continuously 3 days. You have no sleep. Day and night you have no sleep, and you have to attend the work without any rest. So the work is over after 3 days, and after 3 days, the 4th day, you have no work. So you plan that today no work is there, but I have terribly tired as we have no sleep in the previous nights, and today I have to spend the entire day for our sleep. So you design like this, you plan like this, and you go to your bed after taking some food, and you plan you have to take rest for the entire day for at least 8 hours. That is, you have to be total rest in the sleep, and you plan to go to into your bed, and you go to your deep sleep, and 1 or 2 or 3 hours later, somebody came there and make you wake up, and you wake up from the sleep. But here you have activated the sleep. The activation of sleep continues. The activation of sleep goes on, and you feel some energy. You have some energy through the activation of sleep. And but at the same time you are waking. When you are waking after 2 or 3 hours of sleep, you will have the feeling that you have to return to the sleep. And at the same time some duty may be there to go away from the sleep. So in that time alone, you can feel the sensitivity of the sleep. You can feel. The sensitivity of the sleep may be somewhat, you will have some good feeling that you can feel. When everybody can have feeling such like, but this kind of feeling cannot be felt in the night. But if it is in the daytime, you can very easily feel. Because it is unusual, because the day sleep is unusual, but the night sleep is usual, then we cannot feel, if you are disturbed in the sleep in the night, you will not feel like this. But if you are sleeping in the daytime, the disturbance will create during the time of disturbance, you can feel the quality of the sleep. You can feel the sensation of the sleep. That sensation is the bliss consciousness. And this kind of bliss consciousness, we can create this kind of bliss consciousness through our meditation. We can practice our meditation, you can focus your attention about consciousness, you direct your thinking. So there are many kind of meditation. Through such kind of meditation, you are activating the bliss consciousness, you are activating the Anandamaya Kosa, or activating the sleep state in the waking state. So the activating the sleep state in the waking state is the meditation. So whenever you are in the meditation, whenever you are in the activation of the bliss consciousness, you can feel safe. So you can feel you are free from the turmoil of the world. You can feel from the worries of the world. So it is time being, it will be okay, all right. But here, whenever you are aware that you are in bliss, so this is known as the Savikalpa Samadhi. So it is also Samadhi state. Whenever we are in conscious of bliss consciousness, that we are saying, it is known as Savikalpa Samadhi or Sahaja Samadhi, whatever it may be. But whenever you are going to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that is once again we are in the deep sleep. But when you are in the Savikalpa Samadhi or Sahaja Samadhi, as just like this, as some good feeling, some bliss consciousness. So the bliss consciousness is, the quality of the bliss consciousness is very low, it will not affect you. But the bliss consciousness taken more strength, it will affect the nervous system. So if you are in the bliss consciousness, you have to keep it in a low standard. So if it is in the low standard, it will not affect you. So if the standard of the bliss consciousness in the full swing, it will affect the nervous system. But at the same time, whenever you are going to the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, because it will not, we are unaware of that. Unaware of the bliss consciousness. We know we are there, but we will not unaware of that. It is just like a sleep. And in sleep also we are in the bliss consciousness, but it helps the health of the body. But at the same time, the conscious feeling of the bliss consciousness alone, if it is in the minimum level, it helps for our health. But if it exceeds the minimum level, it may destroy some function of our body. So for the time being, it will be helpful. But here, all meditation, there are many kind of meditation. Somebody is doing meditation for some getting some powers, some experience. For the meditation, you may get some. There are many kind of yoga, many kind of practices. Some Kriya Yoga. For Kriya Yoga and everything, to get some power or get some special kind of knowledge, some special kind of sensitivity. So that is there is a different. There are many kind of methods, many kind of practice to get some power and something. But here, it is also possible to you can have some special kind of vision, special kind of power, special kind of sensitivity. Everything is possible. But when we compare liberation and enlightenment, it may till we reach the thing, it may be a tremendous one. But when we reach the thing, you will feel, why should we waste my time for this? You will come to the conclusion like this. For example, one person, his brother is living at Chennai, and the other person is living, I think he is in the US. And he is doing some practice of yoga and meditation. That the interest he wants to have through meditation and yoga is that he wants to know the future. What will be there in the future of his life. So he tried for 12 years. He done many practices, many yoga, and thereby, and after the end of 12 years, he succeeded in his practice. So now he is able to look at his future, what will happen to himself or anybody in the future. So whenever he reached because he had tried that for the state for 12 years. So after getting success in his career, he found his brother at Chennai. So I mistakenly come to this kind of state. Please don't try anybody this state because I am seriously in problem. I am facing many problems because the present problem is very much. The future problem is too much. I cannot imagine the future problem. I cannot face the future problem. I am in terrible condition. Please don't try this method. Please take this as a warning. Don't try this method. Don't try this method. So he is like this. So this is the case of this special power. So when till we are getting such a special power, it may be we may feel some enthusiasm, we may have some interest upon those things. But when we reach the thing, we will feel it is a useless only. Not only useless, it will give some problem. It will be a nuisance. You will feel it is a nuisance. So there are many cases. You need not explain much. And if you have any clarification in this aspect of meditation, because everybody is doing meditation, everybody has some knowledge about meditation. And if you have any clarification, have any discussion related to meditation and yoga, we can discuss. And after this discussion, we can once again go to the monkey medicine story. Sorry, this one.
One time you said it was a maintained state. Another time you said it's the full mananasa, full flowing state. Usually they speak of Sahaja Samadhi and Jivanmukti as a free-flowing state.
So here, Samadhi, all Samadhi, even some Sahaja Samadhi or Nirupa Samadhi, everything is a maintained state.
Really?
It is not a natural state. Our work is there. So without our work, without our will, because it is not necessary. The liberation is concerned, we have to give freedom to everything. Where Sahaja Samadhi is maybe there, but we are not maintaining it. If it is some natural Sahaja Samadhi may be there, doesn't matter. But we should not maintain it. Even in the case of Sahaja Samadhi or Nirupa, whatever it may be, Even as a liberated person may, for time being, they may enter into Sahaja Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi itself. Without his willingness, without his effort, he may go either go. But it is not against liberation. He may either Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Sahaja Samadhi, or as an ordinary person, whatever it may be. But he is not doing any work consciously in his psychological world. So that alone is the thing. Everything must be in the natural way. In the natural way, everything may happen. Even Sahaja Samadhi may happen, Nirvikalpa Samadhi may happen, or no Samadhi may not happen. Nothing may not happen. Everything may happen, everything may not happen. Everything is one.